So welcome to part 2 of our generics example. This is part 2 of the generics video. In part 1, if you remember, we created a collection class of objects, and then we started adding integers, and when we try to get them out, we realized that we can't get them out. We're going to have to do an explicit cast here, okay? So to get that out of there, we're going to have to cast it to an integer, right? And so now our squiggly goes away and everybody's happy, right? And so we could actually go out here now and grab us some code so you don't have to watch me type at a message box. And if we were to run this, hopefully, number 1 should be 23, right? 0, 1, 2. And so we click this, and sure enough, the data retrieved is 23. All right, well, we have the same problem. We have, I guess you could call it a luxury here. We could add, right, a string mark, and that would work, but to try to get the string out, we've got the same problem, right? We could call a string get string, and we could set that equal to, and that's going to be, notice here, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So this would be item 3. And if we try to call ng item 3, we're going to get another problem, right? Because we're trying to convert an object to a string, and so we would have to cast that. Now, casts are not inexpensive. Casts are a little extra work. They're going to slow things down. It's not quite as efficient. And I'm just going to copy this, bring it down, and we will get just like this. Okay, so now if we run this, we can get both of these out, but we had to do a cast on both of them. It's a lot more coding, and if you code like I do, then there's possibility of fat fingering, making mistakes, and chasing down errors and so forth. So my only solution here to this problem is to create a non-generic class that, instead of just objects, is a collection of strings. Then I need one that's a collection of integers. Then I have to call the right one at the right time and all that to be able to easily put things in and get them out without casting and so forth. This is where the magic of generics really starts to help. So let's look at creating a generic class. So I'll go to the Solution Explorer and I will right click on the project. I'll go to add, I'll add a class, and this time we're going to call this the gen class or generics class. And I'll add that. And I want you to notice what we're going to do here. The class is called gen class, just like before, but we're going to put some angle brackets and a T. Now this is telling it that it is generic, okay? And then we're going to start to put some code in here, and we're just going to say that the T items, or the collection of items, is equal to a new T. And we'll limit that collection T to 50, all right? And now we're going to do the very same code we did before. Num items, and we'll instantiate that out to 0 or create it with a value of 0. And then let me just copy this code in again. This is all the same right here that we did before. Very, very similar as our non-generic class. Okay, notice public void add. Notice T as an item. And so whatever type we give it here is basically being loaded here and here and here and all down through here. Okay, then we're going to add our little public method to be able to get this out. Okay, to get various items out of our collection. Just like that. And just like that, we have created a generic class. Now notice the only difference really is this T that's in here, and we are basically creating the data type that's going to be used in this collection as a parameter. All right. Now, the real cool part of this comes when we start to build code for this. All right. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go out and we're going to create a class that is going to create hold a collection of integers. Okay. And so we're going to create an instance of gen class. And in our angle braces, instead of the T, we're going to put integer. Okay, we're going to call this GCI for generic class integers. Set it equal a new instance of gen class int. And notice right there it is, and it is a class. And there we go. And so now all we have to do is call GCI.add. And we can add 4 to it, right? GCI add. We can add 35, and we'll do one more, GCI add dot 42. No dot there, but I don't know why I said that. Okay. Now notice GCI dot add. If I try to add a string to this, it's going to give me a problem. Say, wait a minute, dude, you can't add strings to a collection of integers, and so I can't do that. Okay, let's stop right here. We'll end part 2. Join me in part 3, and we'll kind of tie this up.